Hello, I'm Keith, and this is my dad, Curtland. Welcome back to another episode of Father and Son, a Star Wars podcast.
Thank you very much for joining us again. This is our spoiler review of Star Wars The Bad Batch, Episode 11, Devil's Deal. Okay, so similar to last week's episode, the Empire is now on the planet Ryloth, and they're trying to convince the citizens of the planet that the Empire is there for them, and having the Empire be on their side is a good thing. And they come up with the idea of having the planet disband all their military weapons. Since there's no war going on, they don't need their weapons. So they're going to disband the military, and they want all of the citizens to turn in their weapons to the Empire. Now, the people of the planet didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, they're not very happy with the Empire. And more importantly, they don't know why they're there.
Exactly, right. So they bring up their Senator, Orn Free Taa, to try to calm the people and talk to them. But
of course it doesn't work.
No.
Because, he's
a corrupt senator.
Yeah, he's corrupt and greedy.
Yes,
so you can figure how much, he's not really helpful.
No, the people do not like him. And he's been a puppet for Palpatine for a very long time. Around the time of the Republic, he stood by Senator Palpatine. And now that it's the Galactic Empire, he's still working for Palpatine. And this is not what the people want. They don't want to be occupied. They were occupied by the Separatists during the Clone Wars. And now it looks like the Empire is taking the Separatist place, and they don't want that. So let's talk about who the people of Ryloth are.
Right. Now, here's the awesome part. We get to see some of the people that we have seen before, like in the Clone Wars and Rebels, including Hera and Chopper and Hera's parents, Cham and Eleni.
Very good. Wow. Right. So that was very surprising, right?
Yeah.
That we were seeing people that, they've been doing that for the last few episodes, is bringing, these favorite characters back. But this was a very big surprise. Now, Hera, is a young girl, maybe a teenager, and she's actually caught spying on one of the Empire's facilities. And she was brought back to her father. Her father was not very happy. And, but what she was doing behind the scenes is actually trying to spy on the Empire to see exactly, like you said, why are they there? Now, they have a family friend named Gobi Glee, right? Okay. He does not want the Empire there at all. And he did not like the idea of the citizens giving up their military weapons.
Right. So what he does is he secretly goes out and gets more. Right. And as you may have guessed, this is where the Bad Batch comes in. They end up as the people that Sid gave them this job. So they're helping the Ryloth.
Right. Sid seems to know everybody in the galaxy, so whenever they need something, they call on her. And the Bad Batch, they arrive on this planet. They meet up to provide military weapons, so it's an exchange. So for cash, they're giving the military weapons to the Twi'leks, and the Bad Batch is getting cash in exchange. And the Bad Batch was only in this episode for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So they were not
major. They were kind of on the back burner.
Right. They were on the back burner.
This episode focused more on Ryloth.
Exactly. The people of Ryloth. Exactly. So the Bad Batch are out. Now, what Gobi didn't know was that his ship was being tagged by Crosshair. Right. Now, Crosshair was tracking them. And then once they returned back to Ryloth, Crosshair, came down on them and said, okay, well, what you're trying to do is smuggle weapons without the Empire's knowledge. And they got arrested. And Senator Taa was also there and accused Gobi and Hera of treason.
Yeah.
Now, when the news got back to Cham, Hera's father, he put together a plan to rescue them, and the plan does work. He does rescue Hera, and he confronts Senator Ta and says, well, you're accusing my daughter of treason. You're the one who's treasonous. What have you done for our people? Absolutely nothing. And he actually threatens the senator. And the senator, is he's surprised, that Cham is taking this approach, and
he's kind of being a coward,
right? And Eleni comes in and calms Cham down, calms the waters, and things are okay. People are gonna just stop and talk, and then all of a sudden, there's a shot rings out, and Senator Ta is taken down,
right
by
Crosshair,
right, and then Rampart, who is admiral officer of the Empire.
Yeah, we saw him before.
All right, we saw him in the early episodes. Accuses Cham and Eleni of treason. I'm sorry, not treason, but actually an attempted assassination of Senator Ta.
Yeah.
Right. So when I saw what happened to Ta, I thought, well, he's gone, but maybe perhaps he did survive.
Right, because we looked online. Apparently, he appears in a later novel called Lords of the Sith. So are they just gonna make that novel uncanon? Or is it gonna be canon and Ta survives?
Right. Are they changing what takes place in the novel, or did he actually survive this encounter with Crosshair?
Right.
And he comes back and meets with Vader and the Emperor in later years. We'll know. We don't know. We'll find out.
But why would you want to work with somebody who tried to destroy you?
What do you mean? As far as
why would you go back and work with the Empire?
Well, he loves the Emperor. He is a puppet for the Emperor. He's a puppet for Palpatine. He doesn't want to work for anybody else. So he's not about the people of Ryloth. So he's definitely not going to work for them or work with them. So what else is he going to, resort to? The Empire. He's making money off of the Empire. He's making money off of Palpatine. So he's going to continue to make money because it's in his best interest and no one else's interest. That's all he cares about.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, greedy and corrupt.
That's what corruption looks like, right? And that's exactly why the people were leaving the Republic in the first place to join the Separatists, because of the corruption that was going on in the Republic.
Right.
Right. Okay. So now this type of episode can mean only one thing.
Invasion.
Okay, well, we're
not really.
It's not an invasion, but actually it's leading to a spinoff, right? So I'm wondering, why would they bring back Hera, as a young girl, if they weren't maybe thinking about creating an origin story about the rebels? Yeah. So maybe they will bring back Zeb. They'll explain how she became the pilot of the Ghost. Chopper's there. Maybe we'll see a young Sabine from the Imperial Academy maybe show up. And we know about Kanan because in the first episode, if you remember, that young boy who was a Padawan for Depa Billaba was actually running for his life, because after the execution of Order 66, his master was taken down, but he was able to escape.
Right.
So Caleb Doom actually becomes Kanan Jarrus
of
the rebels. So at some point, maybe we'll get to see how Kanan and Hera met for the first time.
Right.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. And I'll tell you, I'm a fan of the Rebels. I enjoy the Rebels. I saw every episode for all 4 seasons. So I'm actually on board. The more I think about it, the more I do want to see an origin story. And how about this? Do you think that maybe Omega, after the exchange that Omega and Hera had, do you think that maybe
Omega might be like an original member of
the Ghost Crew?
How about maybe she works for one of their rebel cells or something.
Who knows? Yeah, but
some kind of connection.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of connection there. So I have the feeling that I could see Hera and Omega working together in some capacity.
Yeah.
So did we miss anything else?
Nope.
I think that's it then. So that is our episode. Where can people find us?
On Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, Amazon Music. I think I said Audible already.
Audible, actually, yeah, Audible. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can also find us on YouTube And please subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much if you already have. But if you know anyone who's interested in Star Wars and want to learn more about Star Wars, bring them to our channel, have them subscribe. And we are also on Facebook, Instagram,
and we have a
Twitter.
brand new Twitter page. We've changed our name to Father and Son Galaxy on all 3 platforms.
That's right, exactly.
So feel free to look for us there.
Yes, Father Son Galaxy. Exactly. All right. So you can look for us there on either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Right.
All right. I think that covers it.
Yep. I don't have anything else to say.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Please take care of yourself. And until next time, see you again.
Bye.